and then, so then you can have the chat open.
What?
And that way, if anyone posts a question or whatever, you can let me know. All right, so a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get started is the spring major that is going to be coming up. So the spring major, that's going to be the tournament that is starting next week. So it's going to be preseason, which I don't think we're going to be able to participate in, is March 1st through the 7th. And then
So the first week of March.
the first week of March, yep.
Well,
And then
we
so
don't-
regular season is starting at the 8th, and it runs for 8 weeks. They're gonna have 8-week competitions, or 8 weeks of competitions. So an important thing to talk about is speaking with Mr. Philly and making sure that we can get these battle passes purchased and get you guys registered. Is we normally, the battle passes go for $40
Per person or
per student. Yep,
for what?
per student. So $40 for each student to participate. However, I was speaking with someone over at HSEL, and they, because of our demographic, like the students that we serve in our area, we actually get that half price. So it's $20 per student. Okay? But since this is our first year doing this, and Mr. Philly doesn't want to buy a battle pass for a student and then have that student not participate in any of their tournaments because they're just like, oh, I was thinking about it, but then, I decided not to, and then we are out that $20 we just spent. So what we're gonna do is, it's gonna be $10 from the students who wanna participate, and then we'll cover the other 10. Okay? So to get this in, we need to have this in by March 5th. Okay? That'll be the day to get that amount in. And I'll post this in Google Classroom. So March 5th, you have your $10. You'll take it into Mrs. Blanton, the secretary in the office, and you will say, here's my $10 for eSports. She will give you a receipt. You will bring me that receipt, so I have your name and I know that you've paid that, okay? Because we're gonna get the money and then we're gonna buy all the passes on this March 5th, Friday after school. I'm gonna purchase all the battle passes, and then I'm gonna go through the receipts and I'm gonna make sure that those students have those battle passes. Okay? So, March 5th, have your money to the office, okay?
You want me to wear cleats inside going? What's up?
I
You want me like
Andrew, no matter what you wear, you'll still be good.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
I'll be way better than you.
So, let's talk about how the tournament is going to be structured, because there's a couple of things. If you're not quite sure if you want to pay the $10, they do have Rocket League, and there's some Fortnite stuff. But when I was watching the webinar, it sounded like the Fortnite might or might not be working 100%, so I'm not
Warzone's free
sure.
too.
Huh?
Warzone too.
Warzone's free.
There's no competition.
There's no competition for Warzone.
Oh,
So the ones that they're offering for the tournament that you can participate in is Rocket League and Fortnite. And those are free downloads, but they're also, you can enter the tournament for those without needing a battle pass. So if it's something that you're kind of like, I'm not sure if I really want to commit $10 to do the tournament this spring, maybe next year when we get together, we can have set up a full year and kind of like compete in the fall, winter, and spring. If you want to try that, then spend some money on that. then I would recommend that you sign up for the Rocket League, yes.
What ones do you use the Battle Pass for?
All the other ones, other than Rocket League or Fortnite. So,
Valorant's on there.
Danny Kane's.
Valorant's free.
Yeah, Danny can't do Fortnite.
It's up.
Wait, why didn't Valorant go to free?
I think Valorant should be.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, I looked at my account.
It's gonna be, it's supposed to be like the next big eSports like crossover. Supposedly. Shut up.
So I need to pay that $10 to play Valorant with you guys? Alright, I'll do it.
Paying $10 to play a free game. Okay.
So you're also, like, depending on what you're paying, playing it on, you're gonna have to, you know, if I played it on PlayStation, I have to play for PlayStation Plus.
Good thing about it is only.
Alright.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
So one thing I do wanna talk about,
Yeah.
so when you get a battle pass,
See Valorant.
yeah, Valorant is one of them on here.
Yeah.
So when you get a battle pass, what this is gonna do is it's gonna give you access to participate in the spring major. To participate in any of these games, like if I go in here, we can look at the games and it'll kind of tell us, like CSGO, it's a 5v5. In order for us to participate in CSGO, I have to create a roster of at least 5 students. And those 5 students are gonna be in, when they get ready to go for the tournament, they're all gonna queue up at the same time through the HSCL website, and they'll get them matched and sent them in so then they can actually compete. But if we don't have 5 students, then we can't get a team together to play
It's like I'm
CSGO.
downloading CSGO.
Okay, so each of these, like, tournament stuff that they have, these have specific requirements, like Overwatch is 6v6, so we need 6. What I've done, and I will post this now, is I have a roster, it's a Google Sheets, and what I want to do is I want to
What was the other thing?
Bless you.
So here I have a Google Sheets and it's the eSports roster. And what I want you guys to do is to go in here, and if this is a game that you have, like Rocket League, and this is a game that you want to compete in, okay, not just like, yeah, I have Rocket League, but I don't know if I want to do it for the tournament. No, this is you saying, I'm going to play in the Rocket League tournament. And I put in each of these the sizes that they have. So this is a 3v3. So if I get 9 students in here, I'm going to create 3 rosters to have the 3 kids on it, okay? And then, yes.
In that case, how would we like determine the rosters?
So I would pick, but if it's one of those things that you're like, hey, I really want to play on a team with, you know, so-and-so, then I'll put that in there and I can make sure that you guys are on the roster together.
Can we have like different teams for games? So like if we had like 6 people for Rocket League, we do 2 games.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if I have 9 kids, I'm going to put them in 3 different rosters of 3.
How do you choose which team plays?
So when you go into it, let's log in here.
Also, there's like a deal. What do we do?
I'll change that to.
I was originally just gonna whisper to Wesley and then everybody.
Oh, but
started
I don't care. I
whispering.
joined in. What did you want, Cone? I know he doesn't.
So what's going to happen is when you get ready to do your tournaments, and let's say,
You get 10 levels a day.
Hi.
Did you level 1,000 again?
so let's say that we were going to have a compete for, like, here's this one.
Rocket,
the
that's winter though.
Yeah, I know, it's the winter one, but, then they're gonna have times for this. And they're gonna tell you, it's, looks like March 2nd at 4 p.m. or March 2nd at 6 p.m. And what this is going to be is, those would be the time frames. And you guys, you would know that you're on a roster with the list because that's gonna be what I register. And,
What day is March 2nd?
I'm not sure, but we're not competing in
Sounds like a
that because
Tuesday.
that's the winter one. But I'll create the rosters here and it'll say who's on those rosters. So if that's what you guys are doing, like you're doing the Rocket League, you're competing on that one and it's the second, and you're like, all right guys, so you're gonna be getting on your phone, texting the other two people that are in your roster around 6 p.m. You're like, hey, let's get in there, let's queue up. You'll go in during those times and it'll have a button for you to queue. And everyone on the roster has to queue up together. And then it'll get you matched up and they'll take it from there. I'm not sure they weren't showing that part in the demonstration, okay? So the important thing is that I need to know these rosters. So I will go in and I'll make sure that you guys should be able to edit this.
I was supposed to show up on the screen. They were talking.
Yeah. So what you'll do is you'll go in and you'll register on what you guys are going to play as. And then I will be able to create those rosters and everything. So I want to get this done. This needs to be taken care of by next week. So we can make sure that on the 8th, when the regular season starts, then we can have a seamless kind of transition. Okay? Wesley, are you able to type in there?
Yes.
So what do you want us to put in there?
Put your name
Under whatever one. you
under
want
whichever
to-
one that you,
want to
A,
compete
you
in.
own the game, and B, you are going to compete in the game. Okay, not just like, I kind of like Rocket League, maybe I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay. And if you are only interested in doing Rocket League, then that's something else that I need to know. Because in that case, we won't need to get a battle pass for you. Because it'll be free for you to just
What's the deal?
Yeah.
hop in and do.
Private or?
I would like to.
Yeah.
So,
We should go. to
Wait,
Rocket
the
League.
Rocket League, is it Rainbow Six Siege cross, no, is it cross compatible?
It is crossplay.
Oh,
It's
okay,
crossplay,
right.
yeah.
I was
So-
playing PlayStation.
when it has some that are cross-play, it won't matter. If we have like 3 students that want to do Rocket League, and they're all like, one's on PC, one's on Xbox, and one's on PS4, we can still have them all in the same roster, and they'll still be able to play on a team together.
Alright, so we just gotta put our name in there?
Yep, I need to know that information, and I'll be posting in the Google Classroom, the eSports Google Classroom, to make sure that everyone has the information that I need. Okay?
Minecraft is looking at
So
PC.
when is the $10 due to the office?
Fifth.
Fifth.
Hey,
March 5th.
Little slow, Jacob.
If
A
I'm
little
only,
slow.
there's lag.
if
That's
I'm
how
only
Jacob rules,
competing,
guys. It's not gonna be.
If I'm only competing in one, I don't have to pay $10, right?
If you're only
if it's-
competing in Rocket League,
Oh, specifically.
Wait, so is it
Rocket League?
$10 per
Specifically-
game?
No,
it's
$10
$10
for
for the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass
It's like
will
per
get you
event.
access to all of them. However, I did find out that there's gonna be scrimmages that you can get signed up for so you can practice and going up against other teams to practice. But when you actually sign up and you do your match for that week, you only get 1 match per week. So if you are doing Rocket League
You
and
can't do another.
this first week, you know, let's say you guys got together and you, on a Tuesday or whatever Rocket League is, and you popped in and you're like, all right, we played, it's a best out of 7 for the match. You guys finish up your match and you're like, you know what? We only won 2 games out of that. That wasn't a very good match. I would like to do another one. You have to wait till the next week. Okay, you can still hop in and do scrimmages.
Is it weeks like you do it on Monday or Wednesday? Do you have to wait till the next Wednesday or till Monday?
I think it's like actual like week, so if you're doing something and it's on like a Wednesday, but they also offered on Monday, then the next week I think you can do it on Monday.
So with Rocket League, I need to see if I'm able to get it and would like run it constantly. If I'm able to, I will do Rocket League.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Right now, I won't play that anymore.
See ya.
Alright, see you, Andrew.
348.
Thank you. Alright, are there any questions?